Hello and welcome to this episode of the Vision Rehab Podcast. My name is Steve Kelley and I'm a certified vision rehabilitation therapist, and in these podcasts we'll be discussing issues related to both vision loss and blindness. Thanks for joining me today. Hello and thank you for joining me today on the Vision Rehab Podcast. You know, the month of October is White Cane Awareness Month, so it's really a perfect time to bring up one of the most difficult topics related to vision loss, and that is getting around with a little less vision. A vision loss can affect your ability to drive, walking to the store, a jog, finding your way around an airport, or even the office. You know, chances are, if you acquire your vision loss a little later in life, you've got very little exposure to other people in the community who get around safely and successfully every day with reduced vision. You know, this sounds a little bit silly to have to say this, but people with a vision impairment or blindness travel every single day to work, on their vacations, jogging, walking the neighborhood, commuting to work, you name it. So let's just be clear. An acquired vision loss can certainly be a challenge, but you know, it really doesn't need to prevent you from continuing with your daily routine or your favorite activities. So let me tell you about some professionals that are called orientation and mobility specialists. They're often called O&M specialists for short. And these professionals are trained with a master's degree, and they often have a national certification as well. Like vision rehab therapists, these are not medical professionals, and chances are you're not going to get or need a referral from your eye doctor to work with them. They are most often found at state or community agencies that work with individuals who have a vision loss. The O&M specialist will provide training with outside travel after you have a vision loss. And this can be as simple as helping you choose glare filters or sunglasses that make it a little bit easier to see the daylight, learning the public transportation system, using a handheld telescope, for example, to see signs on the street, or like the top shelf of the grocery store, maybe a bioptic for driving, or learning to use a white cane for a little bit more independent travel. Now, you're going to be surprised to learn, I'm guessing, that most people who use a white cane are not totally blind. Most have low vision, and they use their cane to detect objects in front of them as they're walking around and to let other people know that they have a vision impairment. A white cane can be a really big icebreaker if you need to ask somebody for directions or just ask for some sighted assistance. Both the orientation and mobility specialist and the vision rehab therapist can offer you tips and training for using what's called human guide or sighted guide, and that's a really great technique you can use with a friend, a family member, or coworker that enables you to take another person's arm for guidance as you walk around, take the stairs, travel through an unfamiliar place, and all the while stay independent and completely in control. The O&M specialist is also somebody who can help you brainstorm about other favorite activities that might be impacted by a vision loss. You know, going for a jog, skiing, paddling the kayak, learning a new commute to work, crossing the street to get to the mailbox, finding a tandem bicycling partner. These are all things you can brainstorm with an O&M specialist. And you might not hear about O&M specialists from your eye doctor, as I mentioned before. To find one, you're going to have to check out the Vision Aware Directory of Services, and you'll find a link on the homepage at visionaware.org. Let me spell that for you. It's V as in Victor, ISION, aware.org. And when you get there, you'll select your state and you'll find services and agencies listed with their phone numbers. And you can also call the APH Connect Center, and that's a toll-free phone call at 800-232-54 Let me give you that number again. That's the APH Connect Center, toll free at 800-232-5463. And for more tips on using Human Guide, you can also go to hadley.edu on the web. That's hadley.edu, and you can create a free login there and just select the daily living category. You'll find a whole series of workshops there devoted to guided walking. I hope you found this information helpful about orientation and mobility specialists. I look forward to seeing you again on the next podcast. Stay safe and have a terrific day. Thanks so much for tuning in today to the Vision Rehab podcast. I really look forward to you joining me in future episodes. If you'd like to get in touch, please email me at lowvisiontech@gmail.com, and that's spelled LOWV as in Victor, ISIONTECH@gmail.com, or visit lowvisiontech.com, and have a terrific day.